Hi, everybody. I think this is the time where we all start putting on headphones. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to reInvent Day 1. I'm Keith Ramsell. I lead self-service and automation products for Amazon Connect.
And hi, I'm Jack Hudden. I'm lead product manager for Amazon Q and Connect.
And if you're here today, you probably saw some of our announcements recently on new launches that we have for delivering self-service and automation experiences within Amazon Connect. So during our chat, we're going to cover 4 things really in big buckets. The first one is, what do customers expect in self-service and automation? Then we're going to talk a little bit about what that means to the business and how you can use self-service and automation to differentiate your experiences. We'll then kind of give you the Reimagine view of how we deliver self-service through Amazon Connect. And then we're going to show, in true Vegas fashion, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you a little bit about the magic of how it actually gets done. Actually show you how all of this is done within Amazon Connect. So let's go ahead and start. Amazon Connect is a cloud-based contact center, allowing customers of all sizes, companies of all sizes, to deliver contact center experiences at a lower cost. And Amazon Connect was born out of our lessons with Amazon.com and our ability to deliver customer support to customers all around the world. And so we spent years developing and experimenting and figuring out ways to deliver contact center experiences based in the cloud, to deliver all of this in one seamless application. Now, in typical Amazon fashion, we like to work backwards from our customers and figure out exactly what they need, what they want, and what they're trying to accomplish. And so what I want to do for our conversation today is kind of work backwards from your customers. Who are you trying to support? Who are you trying to deliver experiences for? So I want to introduce you to Mary. Mary is a customer like you and I. She enjoys vacation planning almost as much as she enjoys actually going on vacation. Last year, she went to a cruise in Europe, and this year she's going to a trip in Japan with her friends and her family. This is her first time booking a trip with any company travel, and she's gotten her hotel, she's got her airfare, and she's got her transportation all booked through this one business. Now, something's come up, and so she actually needs to change her accommodations. And so we start Mary's journey in trying to figure out how exactly she's going to go about making those updates. So the typical customer journey for somebody like Mary is she starts by looking at the website. She identifies that she has an issue. She goes to the website, she says, okay, well, I need to go change my accommodations, I need to go change my entire itinerary. So she looks through the website, trying to figure out exactly how to go make those changes. And then she looks through the app. And then she starts searching her favorite search engine to figure out how to fix the problem. And then finally, after maybe 20 or 30 minutes, she finally decides, okay, I've got to start and call the contact center, right? I have to dial in the number and have a chat with them. And so she begrudgingly picks up her phone, types in the number, and starts to call. At that point, she's presented with a myriad of options and bots and interactions and different voices, and she has to figure out what exactly to do here. And she definitely has not pressed 00000 multiple times or said agent, 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 agent repeatedly. She definitely did not do that, and I definitely have not done that. But Mary eventually communicates her issue. She has said what she wants to do, and then eventually she finds that she actually cannot resolve this experience with bots, with her automation. So she gets transferred to an agent, and that agent picks up the phone and says, hi, Mary, thank you for doing business with us. What can I help you with? So then Mary has to explain her entire journey all over again, right? So at this point, Mary has been trying to search for help for roughly an hour. She's been searching through websites, she's been searching through apps, she's been searching through forums, and she hasn't found a way to resolve her issue. And now she has to repeat all of that to the agent to explain what's going on. And so she tells the agent, hey, I need to do all of these different things for my itinerary. And then when she finally communicates what she wants to do, the agent then has to go on and check the SOPs and go through the different tools and actually make the changes to her experience. And so that takes another dozen or so minutes for her to actually go through and get those changes updated. And finally, Mary has the sense of relief when all the changes are updated. So along the way, Mary has gone through a wide range of emotions. She started with a little bit of disappointment that she couldn't solve the issues herself, right? She likes to be self-serving. She wants to be able to do it herself. She loves to plan her trips, and she wants to take control of it. She was a little bit disappointed at the beginning, and that disappointment turns to irritation when she actually calls into the contact center and realizes that there's no way of the contact center understanding what her actual issue is. And then she has to go through the frustration of having to explain that issue over and over and over again to different bots, to different menus, to different people possibly. And then finally, there is the sweet relief of being done with the issue after what could be, at best, dozens of minutes to, at worst, hours or days of trying to get her issue resolved. Mary's finally able to make that change. And Mary's just one example of customers. I mean, I think Mary can speak for a lot of us. I think I've had a recent issue that's really similar to this. And this is where companies can really set themselves apart, using customer self-service as a differentiator in the experience. And like Mary, many of us don't actually want to call a contact center. In fact, in a study, 46% of customers said that they would rather go to the dentist than call customer support. Now think about that. Funnily enough, I'll tell a side story. Funnily enough, I got a text literally coming down to reInvent. I got a text from my dentist's office telling me that it was time for my biannual checkup. So thank you dentist, for letting me know. But that's crazy to think about, that your customers are paying for your service or your product, and 50% of them, almost 50% of them, rather go to the dentist than to actually talk with your business. That's crazy. But when they do contact, what they tend to prefer is phone support. And with phone support, we also see a trend towards more digital experiences like chat and email. And what we're also seeing from the industry and from generational segments is a different perception of preference. And most customers, baby boomers, Gen X, and millennials, want to contact by phone primarily. But for Gen Zers, what we're seeing more is that they prefer to start with chat and asynchronous digital communications. But the idea here, the underlying point here of all of this is that for your customer base, your very diverse customer base, you have a set of capabilities and experiences that you want to weave seamlessly together so that you can deliver your brand, your experience to your customers. And what's happening more and more is the need for customers to be able to self-service their issues. They don't want to have to actually call, right? We've seen that customers don't want to actually call your contact center. And when they do, they want to get self-service and they want to be able to resolve their issues. And in fact, 26% of customers said that they would rather not actually do business with a company that doesn't have self-service, right? 1 out of every 4 of us, right? There's a handful of us here. 1 out of every 4 of us would rather not do business with a company that cannot perform self-service. That's crazy to think about and how much that could actually impact your business. And it's not just about customer satisfaction, right? It's not just about that customer experience. There's also tangible benefits to businesses for this. In a study, it was found that IVR experiences, interactive voice response experiences that deliver self-service and automation, are 88 to 93% cheaper than the equivalent agent experience. And that translates into real dollars and real numbers from an operational cost perspective. McKinsey did a study, and this depends on the size of your business and the complexity in the industry, but they did a study where they found that for every 1% percentage point of containment defined as I resolve a customer's issue before it gets to an agent, for every percentage point that is saved, you can save $2 to $3 million in operational cost savings. Now imagine that you are a large-scale North American bank and you automate portions of your experience. Well, one North American bank did that and automated 50% of their calls and were able to save $100 million. So effective self-service and automation is a tangible benefit, not just from the customer's perspective, but also from the operational perspective, operational cost perspective. But what we typically hear from companies of all sizes is that delivering personalized self-service experiences can be really frustrating and expensive. In fact, this is what a senior technology leader at a financial services company said to me recently. They said, "We are managing way too many applications. The amount of integrations and complexity is causing us to delay development and miss launch dates." And this is pretty consistent from what we've heard from a lot of different companies across industries and across different sizes. So let's go back to Mary's experience and actually internalize what that means. So we started with Mary going through and identifying that she has an issue, then trying to get self-service, then eventually contacting an agent, and then having the agent help resolve her issues. Now, that sounds so simple, right? For Mary, that's really easy. It should be a seamless experience. You know who I am, I'm your customer, you should know me, give me the solution that I need for my issues. But from a company's perspective, we know that it's a little bit more complicated than that, right? So across the self-service experience or entire customer journey, you have to make hundreds or thousands of different decisions on the experience. Everything from the way you engage somebody like Mary at the beginning of the experience. How do you notify Mary that she can resolve her issues? Then determining how do you get her information, how do you get her what she needs to support on when she's actually chatting with you or engaging in your voice experience. How do you actually know what she wants to go do? And if you don't have self-service capabilities, how do you get her to the most effective person to resolve the issue without having her go through multiple different transfers along the way? So the point here is that you all, as companies, have to make lots of different decisions with considerations across different services, across different capabilities, across different applications to deliver what Mary deems as a really seamless experience.
This is why we launched Amazon Connect. For years, companies were asking us, how do we run the Amazon contact centers, some of the largest in the world? And for decades, we've had internal learnings and technology stack that we realized if we externalized at its own standalone product as one application, we could solve real, tractable customer problems. And with that application, we decided to make it one seamless experience. Throughout the Connect journey, it's easy to do simple onboarding. It's a pay-as-you-go, usage-based pricing, so you're able to scale up use case by use case, line of business by line of business, with simple self-service onboarding. And from there, you can create automated self-service experiences and agent assistant experiences for omni-channel. And with AI at every facet of the way, it's an AI-first product that you get what you need, with also the optimizations and insights that you can get with analytics. And from this whole experience, we've been able to make this one of the fastest growing services in AWS's history. Since our first launch in 2017, we've grown to have over 10,000 customers using the platform. And with those customers, they handle 10 million contacts per day. And so these are customers from a wide range of industries, small and large. And large customers, for example, like Adidas, Adobe, Delta, they love that they can experiment and innovate rapidly with Connect as if they were startups. And likewise, smaller companies like Slice Pizza, they love that they can get the enterprise level product at a startup price. Now let's isolate back to the self-service journey. With these customers, who are some of our marquee self-service champions, let's say, we have Priceline, Dish, National Australian Bank, all very different industries. Yet all of them have had massive improvements in their operations and customer satisfaction by using the Connect platform for self-service.
Yeah, and what we hear pretty consistently from these customers are benefits in 4 major areas. The first one is reducing transfer rates. One customer was able to reduce transfer rates by 80%, reducing transfer rates by 80%. We've also seen, customers have also seen benefits in lower time spent in the IVR. One customer saw 90% reduction in time spent trying to serve their customers through their voice experience. Another customer went from 600 different options to how can I help you? And getting conversational AI experiences to reduce the time that customers were trying to navigate through their issues. Now, in addition to those improved resolution times and resolution times, there's also improved resolution rates. For example, one financial services company who was doing personal banking was able to automate 95% of their calls. 95% of their issues resolved, things like paying a bill or updating an account balance or checking account balance or updating an account. All of that done within Amazon Connect. And the last thing that we hear from many customers is the speed at which they can make changes. And for example, this multinational travel and hospitality customer was able to make changes that normally would take 6 to 7 weeks in just a day. We had another customer, a university here in the United States, tell me that their previous provider took 5 to 6 months to make changes to their IVR, and it cost them thousands of dollars for each change. And that would have to go in a queue, and they would wait until the changes were made, and they would be notified. So with this experience, customers across Amazon Connect are able to deliver journeys across the entire experience for their end customers. And when we think about those journeys, we've kind of bucketed them into four major areas of consideration. The first one is, how do you engage with customers proactively? How do you reach out to them before they actually reach out to your contact center? How do you let them know that, hey, there's an issue with your service, or that there's an outage, or that there's an offer that we can maybe help you with, something more proactive. But when they do contact, how do you engage with them in an omni-channel way? How do you meet them where they want to engage with your business, whether it's through email or chat or SMS or voice? How do you engage with them and build a consistent brand throughout that experience? And then when they finally communicate what their issue is, how do you help them resolve their issues in a structured, consistent manner, making it easy for them to quickly determine what the issue is and then make the fixes? And then all along the way, in parallel, how do you go through and deliver back office process automation? How do you make it so that it's easy for you to follow up as a business with the customer after the fact, or evaluate your agents, or evaluate the performance of your entire experience? And so when we built Amazon Connect, we really focused on weaving all of these capabilities together from the ground up. And we really focus on making it easy for you to inject AI or incorporate AI as every part of the experience, and letting you determine when you want to use what capabilities and for what reasons. And so when we focus on all of these experiences together, we really thought through, how can we make it super easy for you to build this stuff? How can we make it really easy for you to create these experiences? And when we launched Amazon Connect, we launched with a product called Amazon Connect Flows, our no-code, low-code UI, drag-and-drop UI that allows you to build experiences. Nearly anything you can imagine, you can build these experiences in this drag-and-drop editor. And what we like to say is that if you can build a step-by-step guide, and you can build an IVR. If you can build an IVR, you can build an outbound experience. You can build an outbound experience. You can build a process automation. You can kind of go on, you can see here. And so the idea here is that you can build these workflow-based experiences that make it really easy for you to deliver this self-service and automation. And then along with that, we added more capabilities that allow you to personalize and enhance the automation itself. Things like customer profiles allow you to identify who the customer is, right? Mary called in. I know who Mary is. She's placed these orders, or has this itinerary. How do I want to engage with Mary so that I can deliver an experience that's more personalized to her, rather than saying, oh, hello, welcome, how can I help you? Right? How can you make it more customized, more personalized than it was in the past? And then do things like tasks to help automate the experience to make it easy for Mary to accomplish what she's looking to do. So along with that, we also weaved different forms of AI into the experience. So we have things like text-to-speech that make it easy for you to create a brand, create a voice, to conversational AI to have more natural-sounding conversations with your customers, to the new capabilities with Amazon Q and Connect that allow you to deliver generative AI-based capabilities, and Contact Lens, which is our AI and ML analytics experience that allows you to analyze and understand what's actually happening when your customer is interacting with your contact center, really allowing you to really understand what's going on along the way. And for companies of any size, you can pick and choose how you want to apply this AI, how much or how little you want to apply of this AI. And then the final thing that I want to highlight is how you can meet customers where they are. So all of this kind of comes together through the channels that you wish to communicate with your customers. Everything from voice to chat to what we just launched recently, WhatsApp support. So these experiences are all built, again, back with this drag and drop flow designer. So if you can build an experience for chat, you can build an experience for voice, you can build an experience for email. And so when we think about how easy it is to create all these experiences together, the common thing that we hear from customers is, what do I actually automate? Right? That's the big question that's next. When you have a tool that allows you to create these different capabilities, how do you actually decide? And the thing that I like to discuss, and I've actually heard this in discussions with customers, is thinking about this all like a spectrum. So on one side, you have really highly structured experiences, things that are more predetermined, more rules-based, more transactional. They require little judgment. Things similar to like bill payments or password resets or prescription refills, things that just happen in a very set of steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then you have what you probably is obvious is a mix of that, right? Where you have steps with some exceptions, right? There's a little bit of judgment required, but generally speaking, they're more rules-based with a little bit of judgment and consideration. And some of these experiences are like returns and refunds, account changes, or warranty claims. And then you have other side of the spectrum, the highly fluid experiences, things that are more complex, have more variables, require considerations on personal preference, or have high judgment. So these experiences are not always easy to determine, right? It's anything from recommendations on what services to use to how you deal with outages, or even troubleshooting support. How do you handle all of these experiences together? And so when we thought about Amazon Connect, we were focused on how do you easily determine when do you use what technologies for what use cases. And so that's how we decided on how you build your experiences using things like flows. If you can build one flow for one thing, you can build it for any one of these capabilities. So what I want to do here is introduce you to a new customer, Terry. And Terry is a customer of Any Company Financial for the last 10 years. And Terry has a bill that he wants to pay. It's December 2nd, so it's time to pay that bill. And just before he makes the call to go pay his bill, Terry received a text letting him know, proactively letting him know that his credit score was changed. And so what you're going to see here over the next few minutes is Terry's journey from beginning to end with experiences built completely within Amazon Connect. So Terry now places his call and is engaging with the contact center.
Hello, Terry. Thank you for being a valued Any Company Financial member for the last 10 years. I am Martha, your virtual assistant. I'm here to help you with things like card services, managing your funds, or answering your banking questions. It looks like you have a bill coming up. Are you calling about paying this bill?
Hi, Martha. Yes, I got this text about changes to my credit score, and I wanted to know why that happened.
Sure, Terry. I'm happy to help you. First, let's get that bill paid so you don't have anything to worry about. For your security, please say or press your PIN or your account number.
111-2222-3333-4444.
Thanks for authenticating, Terry. Your current balance is $292. Would you like to pay this with the account ending in 1234? This is the same account you used last time.
No, can you actually use the account ending in 5678 today?
Sure, I can use that existing account. Would you like me to process the payment now using account 5678?
Actually, what is my APR? What happens if I only pay $50?
Your current APR is 15%. If you only pay $50, you will meet the minimum required payment. This means you won't incur late fees, but the remaining balance of $242 would be subject to interest charges. Would you like to pay $50, the full amount of $292, or another amount?
I'll pay the full amount today.
So, to confirm, you'd like me to pay the full amount of $292 using account 5678, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Great, let me get that transfer started. This may take up to 10 seconds. Please stay on the line for your confirmation. I'm still working on that transfer. Please wait just a few more moments for your confirmation. Your payment for $292 has been completed. We have sent you a confirmation email to the address we have on file. Earlier you mentioned wanting to learn more about changes to your credit score. Is now a good time to follow up on that?
I wanted to know why my score changed and what that means for me.
Your credit score has improved by 50 points due to your history of on-time payments and lower credit utilization. We know this is something you've been working on for a while, and I wanted to congratulate you on sticking to the financial plan you created earlier this year. As a result, you're now eligible for our Platinum card. Would you like to sign up for this card?
I would like to know more about the benefits.
The Platinum card provides several exciting benefits, including 3% cash back on all travel purchases, complimentary airport lounge access, and a dedicated 24/7 concierge service.
Why should I choose this card? I already have your silver card.
We think this would be a great fit for you because of your frequent business trips to New York and your recent increase in dining expenses. Additionally, it would provide you with a sign-up bonus of 50,000 reward points, equivalent to $500 in travel credit, when you spend $3,000 in the first 3 months. Is there anything more you would like to know about the Platinum card?
Thanks for that. I'd like to sign up.
Let me send you a text to help get you started. If you want, I can stay on the line with you and help you walk through the experience.
No, I got it. Thanks.
It's been a pleasure helping you. Have a great day.
So what you saw in Terry's experience there was a kind of a blend of all of the different things that we just talked about. Structured workflows to pay a bill, to the generative AI capabilities to understand and personalize context, to the text-to-speech capabilities that we talked about a little bit earlier. And as you saw, Terry's experience basically eliminated the need to have to find the right person to talk through to handle the multiple different requests. In the first part of Terry's call, you saw that human-like interaction. And in the second part of that call, you saw the more detailed conversations about open questions that Terry had as a part of that experience. And all of the capabilities that we showed you just then were a part of what we deliver as a part of the seamless application that is Amazon Connect. And now, in true Vegas fashion, I want to pull the curtains behind around some of those features and actually show you how all of that stuff was created. So we're going to spend a few minutes here talking through how you can create and edit and manage your self-service experiences, how those experiences can be enhanced with Amazon Q and Connect, and then how you can optimize those experiences. Now that you've built them and you know that they're working, how can you know that they're doing the best thing for your customers and the outcomes that you want to drive? So let's start with the creation and editing capabilities that are within Amazon Connect. And so recently, as of yesterday, we announced the launch of our new conversational AI building capabilities directly within Amazon Connect, allowing you to build conversational bots with one seamless application. We also, last year, launched step-by-step guides that allows you to deliver more consistent resolution for your customers' issues and for your agents to serve customer issues. And then we talked a little bit about automation of back office process and tasks. And then finally, I want to highlight some updates we made to the drag and drop designer that I mentioned a little bit earlier for creating those experiences for your customers. So let's take a deeper look at the features that we just launched yesterday. So these conversational AI bots allow you to have more dynamic conversations, more human-like conversations with your customers in over 25 different languages. And these bots, powered by Amazon Connect, or Amazon Lex, excuse me, allow you to create those experiences, have more natural conversations and dialogues, and actually support the customer in whatever type of issue that you want to support. And in this case, here on the screen, what I'm doing is I'm creating a bot that allows me to help with booking flights. And in this bot configuration, I'm going through and adding things like utterances that I will use to detect what the customer is wanting to accomplish. From there, I'm able to add key phrases or key ways to engage with customers based off of the parts of the experience, like confirming that I've understood their intent, or declining their issue, or not being able to support their request. And all of this allows me to create the bot easily with one single application, go ahead and save that, and then once that's done, it's available for use in Amazon Connect. And you can easily incorporate that into your experience using the drag and drop designer. Now, these design capabilities were focused on making sure that you can build and deliver your conversational AI as a part of your self-service experiences. Another way that we helped deliver experiences that help solve customer issues is through the use of step-by-step guides. And these step-by-step guides were originally launched for agent interactions, making it easy for an agent to understand how to resolve issues in a more consistent manner. It actually brought them up to speed a lot quicker and more proficient in the issues that they were supporting. And so on the screen here is an experience where a customer is called in and a step-by-step guide is being displayed to the agent, making it easier for them to go through and support an issue. Things like rebooking a hotel or rebooking a flight. And like I mentioned earlier, flows allow you to build not just these experiences for step-by-step guides or IVRs or chatbots, but also allows you to do things like back office process and automation, back office tasks and automation for processes. And these tasks help agents and supervisors follow up on different aspects of the experience within the contact center. Everything from following back up with a customer after they have had a contact, or performing an evaluation of an agent to make sure that they're on track for the development. In this video right here, you can see that I'm going through and I created a flow at the original part, and now I'm sending a task through this automation of that flow to a supervisor, and it will go into their queue, and that will allow them to go through and evaluate the agent that I've assigned them to. So again, all through the same capabilities that we built in Amazon Connect. Now, in addition to that, I want to kind of finish this part of the conversation talking about how all of it comes together and actually showing you what the flow designer looks like. And this drag and drop low code, no code experience allows you to create nearly any kind of experience you want to deliver for your contact center. And what I'm showing you here is the different capabilities all coming into one. Right now, I'm configuring my text-to-speech voice, different voices across 30 different languages. I'm setting my contact lens analytics behavior so that I can actually determine how I want to analyze my customer experience. I've set my customer profiles to actually pull in the profile of the customer. And then from here, I'm actually adding different prompts to the experience to determine what the customer is going to hear. Right now, this flow is built on a touch tone menu kind of concept. Press 1 to do this, press 2 to do that. What I'm going to do here in just a second is I'm actually going to take that bot we made earlier, just a few minutes earlier, and I'm going to reconfigure this flow with this bot included, with all the capabilities of actually booking a flight. And so now I'm going to that same block that I had a little bit earlier, selecting that booking flight bot, actually determining what prompts I'm going to use to engage the customer with that bot, and then configuring that bot to handle certain issues. In this case, booking a flight and actually changing a flight reservation. And once I've done with that, I'm going to go through and save that configuration. I can go through and reroute that and then add different parts of the experience to go to different parts of the flow that I've already created. So now I'm rerouting the entire experience as a part of this addition of this bot. I'm hitting save and publish, and that experience is now live. So I've gone through and reconfigured my entire experience that was previously a touch tone menu with a conversational AI bot that I just built. And so all of these capabilities really focus on delivering customization. I determined branching logic. I rerouted that experience to the right queues and the right parts of the experience, and I just saved and published it in just a couple of clicks.
So now that we've walked through how to build a Connect self-service experience end-to-end, we'll talk about how you can augment this experience with Amazon Q. And so the first question, though, is what is Q? And so Q, launched last year, is Amazon's out-of-the-box generative AI assistant for your enterprise. And it works for all different kinds of personas. It can work for your front office workers who need questions found in knowledge bases. It also can work for developers who need some extra assistance coding. And it also is for customer service. And when it came to customer service, we decided at Amazon to take Q and natively integrate it into Connect. But what does it mean for Q to be in Connect? A year ago, we started with the agent experience. We released Q to provide personalized responses and answers to agents, as also giving them recommendations of what actions they should take to solve customer issues. And as of yesterday, we released those same capabilities for end customer self-service. Now, Q can help deliver personalized self-service and guidance to customers who want to resolve their issues on their own. Now, this is an out-of-the-box AI assistant. You can just point your knowledge articles to it and it will work. But as of 2 months ago, we decided to open up Amazon Q and Connect for customizations. You can directly modify the AI prompts for LM inferencing. You can add extra data for different types of inferencing. And additionally, as of yesterday, you can now add AI guardrails to have more control and safeguards for how Q operates. Now, one thing we want to just preface, where would you want to apply generative AI to your self-service solutions? And this goes back to that highly fluid examples we were talking about before. So where this Gen AI can help is first disambiguating complex issues and distilling it down to really discrete intents to handle off the structured workflows. Additionally, you can reason over more extra context of what's going on, either with your business or your products, for more precise and accurate recommendations. And lastly, you can add that extra customer information, who they are, their journey so far, to give them the most personalized and best answers. So we're going to walk through a couple examples now of where Q can help out in self-service. And I want to quickly call out that before we showed how Q can operate in a voice contact, just literally talking to your end customer. But here in these examples, we also want to show off how this also works for digital channels, because Amazon Connect is an omni-channel experience. Now, the first canonical use case of Gen AI assistance comes down to Q&A. Q also can go to do RAG, look up answers from knowledge articles, and make good summaries, and have a conversation of back and forth. Now, this is mostly the implementations we've seen so far for customers in doing third-party solutions or custom-built. But now, as of yesterday, you can build these same Q&A experiences natively in Connect. Now, additionally, one key call-out is it is a multi-turn exchange. Customers can ask follow-up questions to Q to give more precise explanations of the recommendation. And likewise, Q can ask follow-up questions to customers, asking for more intel and info before it provides a recommendation. Now, this is more common. And the next step, though, we do want to call out that Q is in agentic capabilities. It can recommend actions. It can take actions. But what makes it a little bit more unique in Connect is the way we mix those structured workflows. And one of the underpinnings of that is step-by-step guides again. Q is able to recommend in a conversation particular guides, aka actions, for end customers to take. They can be long multi-step forms, single-page forms, whatever is needed for the end customer to actually go do something. Now, this is all integrated here with step-by-step guides, but Q is also able to recommend links to other systems for an end customer to go complete an action. Either way, the notion here is that with this mixed experience, you get natural safeguards built into your GenAI self-service experience, but safeguards that apply across your whole call center operations. Now, this is an example of where the user is providing more input, but there are ways to allow Q to just go ahead and execute the actions. And it still ties back to Amazon Connect and Connect flows. So like before, you can build the workflows that do that task automation. You can also set up Q to do the similar automation, ask questions from the end customer of what they need to do, what they want. But the one key call out here is rather than just always going and executing it, maybe you want a human in the loop. Maybe you want the end customer to review the details, review what this automation actually is before you have the GenAI agent go ahead and execute it. This gives you a bit of more safeguards for the overall experience and also a way to sort of tiptoe into the domain of AI automation. Now, this is all from the self-service component. And although we did show how you can remove the agent from these types of use cases, there are moments where you do need an agent. Maybe the end customer really did scream agent into the phone. And for those moments, we do support escalations. In fact, by default, if the end customer asks for an agent, we will have Q escalate to an agent. But when it does that, it'll have a seamless transition. Q will take the full context of everything that's happened in that self-service journey and provide a summary to the agent at the very start of the contact. Additionally, if there's any key screen pop like attributes, key sort of vital data info points, Q can help auto-populate that as part of the screen pop. And if Q has insight into what action, next best action that agent should take, it can show it right there, simple ingress for the agent to jump in. And so there are other agent capabilities of Q. Again, it works for both self-service and agent assistance. But if you're interested in more details about the Q agent experience, there is a whole session about that with details at the end for later in this week. And so now it comes down to how do you customize Q? How do you make it unique for your business needs? So as I mentioned before, we've organized Q with the resource of an AI agent. And here's where you define that end-to-end capabilities of how you want Q to perform. And this is where you'll assign prompts, guardrails, relevant knowledge bases, and whatever data you want for those particular use cases for this particular AI agent. And the key call, though, is that you can define multiple AI agents in your Connect instance and segment them by persona. Maybe some are just for end customers, other for agents, maybe some for both, depending on the use case. Additionally, maybe you have different lines of businesses and you want to create different AI agents depending on what contact comes in. That's all in your control. We have smart defaults that just sort of turn on and ready to go, but we give you the tools you need to customize it however you want. This way, you're not limited to just a buy versus build decision when you choose Connect. It's more about what degree of configuration do you want to employ. And the heart of the configuration is going to be the AI prompt, the instructions you give the LM for the inferencing. And out here, we have our default system prompts exposed. You can tinker them a little bit or just fully rewrite them. It's in your control. And the key things to call out here would be the ability to add extra data for Q to reason over, as well as the ability to assign actions for Q to recommend or execute. Now, one call out I'll make here is that for this AI prompt customization capability, today the first model we've exposed is Anthropic Claude v3, Haiku to be particular. That's important for knowing what syntax to write, but also in terms of the action recommendations for the current implementation, you would use the tools syntax of Claude. Now, the latest configuration we've offered is AI guardrails. So with guardrails, you're able to add extra safeguards for Q, both agent assistance and in particular for self-service. You can ban certain topics, filter out inappropriate language. You can control for sensitive information, redact PII. And additionally, you can do extra hallucination controls with conditional grounding checks. Now, with all these guardrails, they can assign to different AI agents. We have the default message shown on the screen here, but if you want to configure it, depending on what guardrail is used or what use case it shows up in, you have that control to control that message, even adding prompts to tell the end customer to provide different inputs. It's all up to you how you want to implement this and make Q your own. Now lastly, after you've either just taken what we have off the shelf or configured an AI agent to your needs, to bring it back together, it also comes back to the bot building experience where you can go in there and with a simple enablement flag, turn on Q, choose which AI agent you need, and additionally, just select where you want it to be deployed. You can decide to have Q be the very start of the conversation, handling the whole customer engagement, or more tactically deploy it at certain points in the call, maybe at the very end, maybe for only certain branches. It's really up to you how much Gen AI you want to deploy and what journey you want to take. Either way, we provide you the tools for that highly fluid experience, but also the hybrid approach of structured workflows meeting Gen AI.
And with these experiences built, I think the common question that we get is, well, how do I know it's working? How do I know that it's effective in what it's doing? And so what we wanted to build is analytics capabilities, integrated analytics capabilities that make it easier for you to understand where there's opportunities for optimization and make those changes quickly. And so what I want to highlight are a couple different feature launches that we've just announced. The first one is enhancements to our contact lens dashboards. Back in May of this year, we launched our contact lens dashboards for flows and self-service experiences. And now we're enhancing those experiences with more conversational AI dashboard capabilities. In addition to that, you can double click into that experience and actually go into the individual bot conversation to see the dialogue that's happening between the bot and a set of customers, where it's successful at resolving issues or where it's having trouble with actually understanding what the customer is saying. And then you can go from that 100-foot view of how the bot's performing down to the individual customer conversation by recording that interaction and actually seeing that in the contact details page and understanding what's happening, listening to the experience along the way. So let's take a look at those features. As I mentioned, back in May of this year, we released the contact lens dashboard for flow performance. And in that experience, you're able to see metrics like the outcome of your customer experience. Did they hit an agent? Did they disconnect after completing the experience? Or did they drop off unexpectedly? What happened? How many times did they do that? And how long did it take to get there? And in that dashboard, we've enhanced that dashboard with more capabilities that allow you to see overall performance of the bots in relation to your self-service flows and your experiences. And so now, with these enhancements that we've released here at reInvent, you can actually see how the bot is performing in aggregate, seeing where the conversations are successful, seeing where they're not successful, being able to see how long it takes to get to a particular outcome. And then from there, you're able to click on that dashboard and go right into the bot analytics page, detailed analytics page. That same page that we used earlier to configure that bot, I can go through and actually see an analytics tab and actually deep dive the conversations. And in here, after I've gone through and I've set my actual time frame that I want to analyze, I can actually go through and see more detailed analysis of what's happening with the bot's interaction with customers. I can see everything from the conversation flow to the number of times the conversation happened over a certain time period, to the specific list of all the conversations the bot has ever had, to the different missed utterances that the customer may have interacted the bot with and the bot wasn't able to detect. So the whole idea here is that you're able to go through and look at the dashboard from a 10,000-foot view, see how your self-service and automated workflows are performing, and then quickly make adjustments and see those details at different levels. And then when you want to go to the 5.5-foot view of the entire experience, you can use the flow designer to set the recording of the experience. So you can actually hear the voice interaction that the customer has with the bot and with your self-service experience. And so here I'm at the contact details page, and I'm going through and I'm actually listening to a recording that I have. Whether it's for compliance or auditing purposes or for optimization opportunities, I can go through and see that particular conversation that I had, listen to the experience, look at integrated logs to see the timestamp of what's happening in the customer experience to debug any potential issues I may have. So as you can see through the last few minutes of our conversation, the idea here is that we're building one seamless application that brings together all of these different capabilities. From the self-service, from the ways of building self-service to creating and managing those experiences using a single low-code, no-code, drag-and-drop designer, to easily enhancing those experiences with generative AI powered by Amazon Q and Connect, to then optimizing all of those experiences and in dashboards and analytics that are all integrated, making it easy for you to navigate across one seamless application. And so for Amazon Connect, we're looking to deliver the next generation of self-service and automation for customers. So with that said, we want to thank you so much for the time. We want to invite you all to our networking reception tomorrow night in the Bellagio. We'll leave the QR code up here so you can all see it. Fantastic. And we'll just want to say thank you so much. We'll